Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Jerry Cherry Sunday, episode 32. And this video is part 2 of a really cool lesson on chord inversions that I learned from a Jimmy Bruno version right here on YouTube. And I recommend checking out Jimmy Bruno and that video from Jimmy Bruno on his inversions. He's a legendary jazz guitarist. Really great, really funny guy too. Funny, like funny how? Like a clown? And so, yeah, this is going to be part 2. If you didn't see part 1 that I made on the videos, I'll put a card up here and I'll put a video link in the description as well. So please check that out when you can. And so, yeah, so just to summarize real quick, the first set of inversions was basically on the E string and on the D, the G, and the B string, like this. And that's an E major in first inversion, E major 7 chord, E7 chord. Hello, Kelly. What's up? Good to see you. Let me give you a round of applause for hanging out with me here on Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Can you hear me, Kel? Hear my voice and my guitar? All right. Hey, Tom. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, Kelly. And so we're going over some more inversions. And we did it once before. We did the Jimmy Bruno versions, which was very cool. And but now we're going to take it to the next level, the next set of strings. So hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. Or you had a good week. It's the end of the week already, and it's Sunday once again. Time flies so fast, doesn't it, these days? And so I think it's kind of gray and cloudy out, but it's probably beautiful. So after this, we're going to go out and just take a little walk, go to the park, get some fresh air, enjoy this weekend a little bit before we get back to the week. So, yeah, I think this is a really important lesson, and it could really enhance your chord playing, your knowledge of the guitar neck in general. So, that's very cool. And Jimmy Bruno is a fantastic guitar player. So you guys do anything cool this weekend? I had a gig last night at the Salt Shack in Jones Beach, and it was beautiful. Beautiful day yesterday. It was sunny out and lots of people having a good time. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys had as good of a weekend as I had. And I'm going to get to the lesson in just a minute. But if you want to just fast forward right to it, I'll put a timestamp in the description so you could just get right to it. So what are you guys drinking? Do you have your coffee? I have some coffee that I made at 8 o'clock this morning, and Eastern time here. So it's a little cold and stale. But I'm drinking it anyway. What are you guys drinking? Anything good? All right, so give you guys an applause for your coffee drinking. Coffee today, Tom? All right. Well, we got Tom and we got Jerry. Who else do we need here to make this complete? Well, we got Kelly. And working all weekend, but no complaints. Drinking an old coffee too. Sometimes you can't beat that old coffee though, right? You know? I think nothing wakes you up more than like older coffee, because it's like, it has that bitter taste to it and makes you think about it a little bit, you know? So, if you guys didn't see that first Jimmy Bruno lesson, check that out when you can, but just to recap real quick, we did, instead of playing like your E chords like this, right? knows this basic E chord like that. You know, we know this one. Or this one. So we took it in different inversions. You know, we played like this chord, this first inversion. We have a third in the root. Here's the E. We put the third, which makes the chord sound more interesting, right? Or we put it in the fifth. The chord, you put the root in the fifth, because the bass player, he could be playing an E, and you could just play the start in the fifth. Or you could put it in the seventh. Right? The chord. So that's 4 versions of the E chord right there. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. And they call it the root, the first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Now, what we talked about also was you could put this low string, because the low E is the same as the high E, right? It's the same note, only it's 2 octaves higher. If this one is 3 octaves. So, because this is the same note up here, when you play these positions, these chords, instead of playing the third down here, or say in the first chord here, E, instead of playing the low E, play the high E instead. So we'll focus on just these 4 strings on the bottom. So that's an E7 chord right there too. Now the second position right here, or the first inversion, that you played the third on the bottom, put that on top. It sounds like this. Let's check my tuning real quick. Yep. Gets warm in here when the air's off and the strings go a little flat. And imagine coming out with an invention that just keeps your guitar in tune. I'm sure they have it already, like the robotic tuners. You know, that you could hit a button and it'll tune you to different things. Well, why can't they have that just keep you in tune? They probably already do. That's kind of lazy though, right? It's good when your guitar goes out of tune, because then at least you recognize it. You know? Should be able to recognize these things too. Okay, so we we played this first inversion up here. Here's the second inversion. Same thing. We're gonna take off the fat E string. And we're gonna play it up here in a high E string. It's just another way to play E chord. E7. And finally, you have this one, right? Third inversion with the 7th on the bottom. I'm going to put that on the top now. So you have that. Okay, so now you have it on these 4 strings. The D, the G, the B, and the E. So these same 4 chords that you have on these strings could be played on the inner strings, and that's the group we're going to talk about today. Is the A string, the D string, the G string, and the B string, because you have the same chord here, right? It's the same notes right here. See, same notes. That's on the 4th string, the 5th, 6th. No, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. We're going to play on these strings. On 5, 4, 3, and 2. Same chord. Alright, so you guys with me so far? So it's really good to know how to play these same chords in different positions. Right? Because you never know where you're going to be on the neck at any given time. And, you know, if you're around here, you want to go to an E chord, you don't have to go all the way down here to play the same chord when you're already up here. And that's the crazy thing about the guitar, is that there's so many of the same note, which is different than a piano. You know, on a piano, so you have like you have one pitch like that. So that's E. But on the guitar you have it there, you have it there, you have it there, you have it here, you have it here. That's 5 of the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same notes. And on piano, you have 1. So if anyone ever says that piano is harder than the guitar, I don't know. They might have to play 5 pianos at a time to match how the guitar is. Imagine that, playing 5 pianos. Well, you know, there are some keyboardists, some synthesizer players who do that. So, okay. So hit the like button if you're digging this lesson so far. Please subscribe to the channel. And because we got lots of cool stuff, lots of videos. Every week I release a video every Friday. And hopefully you have your guitars out and you're ready to learn something cool today. So, you know, here's the first one, the E, E7. Here's the first inversion. Because your first inversion was right here, right? Okay, so here's the chord. And here's the chord up here. On the 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So it's like that's the chord right there. Same chord. So that's the first inversion because it has the 3rd in the bottom. It's always the first inversion when you have a 3rd in the bottom. And here's the second inversion. Because that's the 5th. I mean, you know this chord. It's the same chord we played down here. We're starting on this note, on the B. Which is the same thing as this right here. And then finally, you have the 3rd inversion, which starts on the 7th. It's hard to play it up here. My fingers are too big. But I got it. I can play it down here. It's the same thing. It's an E7 chord with the 7th on the bottom. Like if you took this to like a blues progression, like we did last time, you could learn it in A and then, you know, learn it in all keys. But in the blues, you have the 1 chord, right? And you have the A, right? So now you can learn these inversions. Yeah, here's the first inversion. Second, no, the root chord. First inversion with the 3rd in the bottom. Second inversion. 3rd inversion. Back to the E. First inversion. Then you have a B. Learn the same inversions. Here's the root. First inversion. Second inversion. 3rd inversion. Back to the A. Back to the E. Back to the B. E. So, when you know all of those, it makes it sound a little bit more interesting when you put together a progression. So you guys with me so far? You enjoying this? Any questions about any of this stuff? No questions? Okay. So that means you're picking it up really good. That means next time we jam together, you're going to have all this? Awesome. So if we put together a little blues progression, you have, say, like you do like just for practice purposes, you can do like an E, the second inversion, because I have the B and the fifth on the bottom, right? Third inversion, second inversion, third version. That's hard chord to get to right there. So you got the second inversion, third inversion, root, first inversion, and then A. Third inversion of A, E, third inversion of E, third inversion of E here, B, A, first inversion, E, third inversion, B, first inversion. You see that chromatic? Just by playing inversions, you get this chromatic line. And when I went up chromatically from B, right? Instead of just going like a regular blues. I went up. Right? Sounds pretty cool. So I put together a little loop to show you what it sounds like to solo over this stuff. So I don't know if you guys seen. Are you still here, Kel? That's good. Did you see my last video that I put out on Friday? I release a new video every Friday, as well as going live every Saturday and every Sunday, rather, at 1 o'clock. And I put out a video Friday of, what did I put out? I did a guitar solo tutorial on the song Heartbreaker. So check that out. I'll put a card right up here, and I'll put a link in the description, where I did this great guitar solo from Neil Giraldo and Pat Benatar. And I have a whole playlist too on classic rock guitar solos. I just love breaking those down because I think they're really important. They're like they're kind of like the standard of what I feel is important as far as guitar solos. When you're writing guitar solos, like, think of these classic guitar solos that are so memorable, and just try to keep that in mind when you're writing a solo. It's not about playing a million notes in there. I think The Edge said when he plays guitar solos, because they're very simple, The Edge, he looks at the notes as they're expensive. That always stuck with me. I always remembered that, because if you think of the notes as being expensive, then you're not going to want to buy a whole lot of them. You're going to want to, be a little wise with your spending, right? So he'll play like 3 notes, because if these notes are expensive, you want to cheap out a little bit. Unless you're Yngwie Malmsteen and you're just a billionaire. But every one of his notes are great, so, So very simple. And so check out that video when you can, the Heartbreaker. It's one of my favorite guitar solos by Neil Giraldo. It's fantastic, great guitar player. Love him. So check that out. And so, and I usually go live every Sunday like I'm doing now, but I think next week I'm going to be going live on Saturday for that one day at 12 o'clock, noon. Because Sunday I'm taking a trip. I'm going to Utah for a gig. I sub in a band called Abacadabra, and it's an ABBA tribute band. And we're playing at some place in Utah on Monday, so I'm traveling on Sunday to go to a gig. So hopefully you'll join me then. So check this out. I have a little loop that I programmed in my looper here, and with all these inversions. So I feel that it lets me play just very simple, because you have a lot of coloring going on in the background that I don't have to really play much, because I have a lot of movement going on behind me. Just like if you were to comp somebody who else was soloing, if you can color it up nicely, it leads to some interesting phrasing on the soloist part. So, because they're hearing all these different melodies going on. So let's give it a shot and see what it sounds like. Here we go. So give you guys a round of applause for that. And yeah, so simple little, how do you never run out of ideas for phrases? I don't know, it's just, it's simple because if you just look at it like this, check this out. You could, when you play the E chord, here's the seventh. Over the A, the seventh. Back to the E, the seventh. On the B, seventh. On the A, on the E, seventh. Now, think of the third on the E, right? think of the third. A, think of the third. Now think of the fifth on the E chord. On the A, think of the fifth. On the E, think of the fifth. It's the B note. On the B, think of the fifth. F sharp. On the A, think of the fifth. Now mixed up the root and the third. Same thing on the A. And the fifth. So you can really kind of just think of what the notes are of the chord that's passing by, and you can try to with those inversions, you can try to stay as close together as you can, with them without kind of jumping all over the neck. So you know what I mean? So hopefully you got something out of this video. Learn those inversions. It's really cool to learn the first group on the low E string, right? Take it up a notch right here and play it in this high position. And then learn the same things over here. Right? Really cool stuff. So, did you get all that stuff? Any questions about that? And you'll never run out of ideas either when you learn this stuff, Tom. All right, so let me know what you guys do on Thursday nights, because I go live on Facebook every Thursday at Jerry Cherry Band, and I play original music, fun covers. So check that out, 7:30 Eastern Time on Facebook. And so here's a question. What do you guys want to learn? What do you want me to do for next week? Any songs you want me to learn? Any solos that you want to learn, or any interesting theory or guitar tips or ticks or techniques? Just let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know. So definitely get outside, enjoy the rest of this weekend, and I know that's what I'm going to do. So thanks for spending some time with me today, and listening to some inversions and some blues. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. And check out my good friend Kelly, who does a Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday at Kelly's Music Corner on Facebook. And her dad plays on Kelly's Music Corner too at 6 o'clock every Saturday. It's just an amazing, amazing show. I look forward to it every week, seeing Kelly. She's fantastic, fantabulous. And there's not a bigger Barry Manilow fan in the world than Kelly. That's for sure. Rock some ABBA. Good practice for your gig. Yeah, for sure. Man, I really love the music of ABBA. If you're not a fan of ABBA, I understand, but go check out some of their a lot of their work. I mean, it's a beautiful, great songwriting by Benny and Bjorn. So actually, I was at my gig the other day, and the song came on. If you remember that song, "One Night in Bangkok," which was like a big '80s tune, and it was actually written by Benny and Bjorn, and it was from a musical that they did called Chess. And if you never heard that, check that out. That song, "One Night in Bangkok." It's a pretty funny tune, but it's great. So yeah, rock some Barry. Yeah, I will. I'll get to that. This Thursday, Kelly, you got it. You got some Barry coming up. Barry White or Barry Manilow? Or Barry Gibb? Who's the best berry? That's the next question. That's the question of the day. Who's your favorite berry? Berry white? Berry Manilope? Berry Gibb? Berry cherry? All right, guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for spending some time with me. I love yous. Really, really cool. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do next week. All right? Manilope, of course. Kelly says. All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend, the rest of it. And be cool, be kind, and be cherry. I love you guys. See you next time. Ciao, y'all.